Over the years, Rockstar has taken many different approaches to storytelling in their games. From the dark and mysterious nature of GTA 4, with Nico Bellic being a troubled character, to the tongue-in-cheek funny approach of GTA 5, or even the character depth approach that they took with Red Dead Redemption 2, wherein Arthur Morgan crosses the line between outlaw, friend, morally confused citizen, and self-aware hero. In today's video, we're going to explore how Rockstar will approach storytelling in GTA 6. This is all based on what we've seen from the leaks, the trailer, and Rockstar's track record, alongside the general direction that the gaming industry is going in overall. Before we talk about Rockstar's storytelling, it's important for us to go through why Rockstar have made certain choices with their storytelling with each of their titles. So as I mentioned before, Rockstar have always approached their stories in different ways over the years. GTA 4 was Rockstar attempting to make a mark on the industry. Prior to 2008, Rockstar was seen as the controversial developer that wasn't afraid to poke fun at anything. GTA 4 was Rockstar making a statement that they can still be controversial and funny whilst telling a story that is bigger than the humour. GTA 4 was Rockstar's first proper play on American culture. The previous games had poked fun, but GTA 4 attacked American culture and the norms of American culture by completely destroying the concept of the American dream. GTA 4 was a statement piece. We are Rockstar and we can tell great grounded stories. Now with GTA 5, Rockstar were met with a different set of challenges. The whole theme of GTA 4 was too mature, too dark, and didn't leave a great taste in a wider audience's mouth. For the most part anyway. In fact, this may be hard to believe, but GTA 4 was actually heavily criticised. In fact, the game wasn't just too dark in terms of the story, it was overall just too dark, especially at night. It's only now that people are going back and playing it that more people are starting to appreciate its quirks over GTA 5. The Ballad of Gay Tony DLC was Rockstar's way to create a more vibrant story within the dark and dingy Liberty City, which is why the whole colour palette of the DLC is vastly different to the standard game. With GTA 5, the story had to appeal to more people. The game had to appeal to everyone, not just GTA fans. So if you retrospectively look back on GTA 5's story, it's almost a blockbuster movie tick box. Bizarre characters, big heists, incredible vehicles, big stunts, government jeopardy, and big dreams. The story is almost a parody of itself, but it worked. GTA 5 represented a huge growth for Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games. It's worth remembering at this point we're only a couple of years past GTA 5's release. We're in like 2015 and GTA Online is just starting to find its feet. Although shark cards have been in GTA Online for over a year, it still hasn't been pushed heavily. Remember this for later. Now coming into 2018, we need to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. This was Rockstar showing off their new version of Rage, the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. And what can I say? This was the best story in any game I've ever played. The realism, immersion, character depth, and a whole lot more. This made room for lore, conceptual ideas, and characters that felt real and felt like they have a life past the game. This was Rockstar showing us for the first time that they're not bogged down by pacing. To the player, this felt like the first time that Rockstar weren't worried about retention. They simply wrote a story that they wanted to make a game coincide with. There was no compromise. It was historical, interesting, funny, sad, entertaining, emotional, and every single emotion in between. Rockstar created a masterpiece. This left only one criticism, that the story was too long. Now, stop with the pitchforks in the comments, I can see you, it's okay. Breathe, you don't need to leave an angry comment just yet. If you just play the main stories, GTA 4 was around 27 hours, GTA 5 was around 35 hours, and Red Dead Redemption 2 was just over 50 hours. What made the game feel too long to most people, and this is just me researching on Reddit and reading forums, is the amount of horse riding in the game. Look, Red Dead Redemption 2 in my opinion is probably the best game ever made, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't get a little bit boring riding 20 minutes to one location to watch a cutscene to ride 20 minutes back. Yes, there was fast travel, but I speak for a lot of people when I say, until it's unlocked, it's pretty tedious. But also, fast travel only works when you visited the location to begin with, and sometimes riding back to camp to use fast travel isn't always the fastest way to do things. Realistically, without horse riding, the game is probably marginally longer than GTA 5, probably more realistically around the 40 to 44-ish sort of hours. So what can we take away from this? What does this tell us about GTA 6? Well, before we talk about that, I want to say a quick thank you to today's video sponsor, private internet access. Being online without private internet access is like me taking a mask off halfway through a video. Not a great idea. Private internet access protects you from the prying eyes of internet service providers, hackers, and others with bad intentions that want to steal your private data. Private internet access helps you overcome all of these restrictions and dangers by giving you the option to change your IP address to one of their 91 countries to choose from and 50 US states, allowing you to gain access to websites and services that are only available in those particular locations. This is also extremely useful for gaming, as you can change your location to a nearby state without having to ping your location to the other side of the world. Private internet access works on Windows, Android, Mac, iOS, and many more. And you can use one private internet access subscription on as many devices as you want. And no, that's not one at a time, you can use it on an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time. So if you want to stay protected on the internet, use the link down below to save yourself 83% on private internet access. That's just $2.03 a month. And you also get 4 months completely free. So with GTA 6, there are a few things that we can deduce. Firstly, the story will most likely be more serious than GTA 5, but also not as dark as GTA 4. More realistically, it's going to share character depth traits from Red Dead Redemption 2, grounded characters like we saw in GTA 4, but also an edge of upbeat humour like we saw in GTA 5. Next, we need to look at the format of the stories. With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar pulled away from the linearity we'd seen in previous titles. Rather than the story just being focused around going to a location and completing a task and leaving, Rockstar gave us a few missions where we were given options on how to carry out the missions. So rather than the A to B approach, we will most likely be able to approach missions with more freedom. A fantastic example of this is Detroit Become Human, something that I've discussed on the channel before. This game gives you multiple ways to complete the story, with alternate mission endings that can dictate the mission structure, the outcome, and various events throughout the story. Looking at some of the tools and items that we saw in the leaks list, it's very clear there are different ways to carry out tasks like disabling security systems and bypassing vehicle security. So this takes us onto the story length. Legacy Killer HD has claimed that from a reliable source, the game will be between 35 and 40 hours in length, which on paper is shorter than Red Dead Redemption 2. However, driving a car to a mission is going to be a lot quicker than all the horse riding in Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's very likely that GTA 6 will have more cutscenes and missions, but it's just more digestible to get from A to B for certain missions. Traveling in a car across the map is going to be faster than riding a horse. We also need to talk about the replayability factor. GTA 5 was replayable and had multiple endings. However, if you've played the bulk of the story once, you've done the bulk of what you can do. Looking at Red Dead Redemption 2 and assuming that Rockstar are going to move away from linearity with alternate ways we can complete missions, it's pretty obvious that this will give us the ability to replay the game and potentially play a whole different set of missions, which nicely brings me on to the next point. Take-Two Interactive have filed many different patents, and in particular the NPC AI patent is the one I'm most interested in. It potentially gives each cutscene and mission the option to include different interactions and scenarios each time they are played through, which will overall help with the replayability factor. Essentially, every single time you play the game, you could meet different NPCs and have different outcomes to missions or different outcomes to certain instances where you meet people that will overall dictate the experience you have while playing the game. Very quickly, I'm trying to get to 50k subs for the end of the year, so any help is massively appreciated. But what about DLC? Originally, at Rockstar Games, GTA 6 was internally referred to as Project Americas, and from what we understand, it was originally supposed to contain some of the South Americas, and the concept of the story was supposed to explore some of the trade between Miami and South America. However, according to Jason Schreier, a well-known industry analyst, this part of the game and the map was axed in early development due to time constraints. It's also no secret that GTA 6 is going to last longer than GTA 5. Rockstar aren't going to go back to releasing another GTA game every 4 to 5 years. What is more likely is a DLC for GTA 6, along with a new IP or even Red Dead Redemption 3. New DLCs will give us different stories inside of Vice City, and will enable the game to last longer in the industry, but also keep some of us as players quiet. And of course, generate Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive some money. Now remember I mentioned shark cards earlier, and how in 2015 is when they really started to push the shark card proposition with yachts and extreme vehicles. This is where Take-Two realised that microtransactions are more valuable than the games themselves, and this is where the acquisitions of mobile games developers took place. And well, this is what happened. the valuation of their business went through the roof. So what am I actually getting at here? Well, I think we'll probably have microtransactions in the main story itself. You want more money? Shark cards. Clothes? Shark cards. You want cars? Shark cards. Boats? Shark cards. I think you get the idea. It's obvious that game sales aren't that important in the grand scheme of things. In fact, GTA 5 was free on Epic Games in 2020, and Rockstar made more money by giving away the game for free, because microtransactions are more valuable to games developers than one-off purchases. So hopefully that gives you all some contextual information on GTA 6's story and how Rockstar will most likely approach the way that they write the story for GTA 6. If you did enjoy today's video, I'm trying to get to 50,000 subs by the end of the year, so any help is massively appreciated. And once again, a massive thank you to Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video, and a huge thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Spin the cylinder.